Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and today we're going to use the Spellbinders club dies for August. So this one is fish themed, which is quite cute. So this is the large die of the month. This is the small die of the month, and these are the caboodle parts. So you've got obviously the divers, some little fish, and then the caboodle have got two separate fishes there. Then you've got some stamps and some coordinating dies, and we've got the glimmer with two different sentiments, and we've also got speckled prism foil, which is really nice. We're going to use that today. And then you've got two embossing folders. So you've got this one, if you can see that. And then you've got this with the fish on, which we're going to use today. And then you have a stencil. And this is a layering stencil with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts. So these are the goodies that I've received. Like I said, we're going to use that today and that. We're going to do some glimmer. And we're going to use mainly the small die of the month, but I'll show you the card that we're going to make where I did use this one, but we're going to use a small die today. So right, I've got all my bits and pieces ready to go, but this is the card that we're going to make. As you can see, we've used the glimmer, the large dies. It's one of these Hexagon Pop cards which folds completely flat to go in a 6x6 card. But yeah, so that's what we're going to make today. So I used that embossing folder, and I used teal topaz. I swiped over with some Hero Art ink, so that I left to dry, so that's all ready. Then we need some bits and pieces, and then I've got all the little die cuts ready to go. So you need scoreboard to start with. You need a piece of card which is 6x6, and then we're going to score at 1.5 and 4.5, so that makes our back panel, if you like. Then you need, these are all 1-inch strips, okay? So you need two 7-inch by 1-inch, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 2. Flip that round, 1/2 inch and 2. So do that on both of those pieces. Then you need two pieces which are 6-inch by 1-inch, and then you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1.5. Flip, 1/2 inch, 1.5. And then you have two pieces which are 5 inches by 1, and then these you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1, 1/2 inch and 1, and the same on this piece. Oh, 1/2 inch, 1. Okay, put the scoreboard away. So fold and burnish obviously all of your score lines. So that's the back panel, and then do exactly the same on all of these, so you end up with that shape on all of them. Okay, and we're going to stick these in the background. So what I've done, I've cut this to 1 1/4 by 5 3/4, so you've just got a 1/4 inch around each edge. I'm going to use my Kalal glue because it's nice and strong. Oh, and this black is 300 GSM, so it's quite sturdy on there. And then this part is 3 inches, so I've cut it to 2 3/4 again by 5 3/4. It's quite an easy card to put together, and I must admit I've done this quite a few times, this style. It's one of my favourites. So, okay. So that's that glue. Okay, so we've got all our strips. So take the smallest one, which is your 5 inch strip, and then glue on the last 1/2 inch tab. And what we're going to do is line that score line with that score line, basically. So tuck it under, line up the score lines, make sure it's level at the top. Try not to get glue all over it like I have. Okay, then we're going to take the 6 inch strip, glue on the end tab, exactly the same, fold them under, line up the score lines and lay it flat. Hold that for a second. Okay, glue on your end tabs. Lay it flat. Second to grab. There you go. That's your 3 layers, and then all you do is repeat at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to push the timer button on the glimmer. I'm ready to go. And then what I've used, I highly recommend the Spellbinders film sheets for foiling. So if you was making shaker cards, or like we're going to use it today, but this stuff is absolutely brilliant. It's really thick as well, so it's quite a nice sturdy acetate, and it's perfect for what we're going to use it with today. So that's the glimmer. And then as soon as this is ready, all I've done is cut a piece of this film down. I leave this little protective paper on it until we've finished. I've just cut this down because we only actually need a 3 inch strip for the card, but we'll use the scraps on another card. So as soon as the timer's ready, which it is, what I like to do is put it out, put it on there, out the way. Then I add my foil, my acetate. acetate. My 2 plates. I'm going to run this through. There's our foiled acetate piece. Right, so I'm just going to put this all away now. We're finished with that. Okay, so what I've done, I've cut it down to just under the 3, because basically it's going to sit in here. And this is 3 inches, so you want it just under the 3, and I've done it just under the 6. So what we're going to do, we're going to add red liner that way round, because you're going to stick it to this second bar. So you want red liner along the bottom and the top. Use that in a second. Right, there's our card. So once it's done, really hard to see clearly with the black, but what we're going to do, we're going to decorate the back and then work our way forward. And then all I did was use the sentiment from the large die, and we're going to put that in the middle at the bottom. With this one, I just added some of the stones and the extra dies if you want to, or you can leave this one blank, which I think we will do. So I'm just going to stick this on. In the centre. And there you go. There's our little fish tank diving card. Folds nice and flat, goes in a 6x6 envelope, and then obviously when it stands up, it has all of that. off the edge. Those are the layers. There we go. Card done. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you again soon.